So my world has been human spaceflight. And it has taught me a lot about how we perceive our world. And so the Awe Project, I think, was very enlightening to me because it is a super low cost, very accessible thing. You just need some situational awareness to know, going back to taking a moment to perceive it, giving yourself the time to actually experience awe, not think I'm too busy to do that, so I'm going to ignore that and I'm going to move on to the other thing on my task list. That it's worth it because it does give you reserve and resilience. Can be challenging to measure, but that doesn't matter because cause and effect is real, and you've documented that in your papers. I think the other part about awe is sharing, and I really do appreciate the stories today and how open and honest and people are about how it is happened in their lives, and the way it's manifested and the value you found in it. So you find a way to do it again, right? You find a way to experience it. Jeff and I share when we can pictures of the sunrise. That is to get up before all the noise starts and just watch that sun break the horizon and the amazing colors it can display no matter where we are. It is just such a way to start my day that I'm like, brings me peace. I feel like I've reset my regulatory system, and I can be more mindful and more patient if I have those things. When they're not around, and they're not around for several days in a row, it gets tricky. And I notice that about myself, like, oh, I got to take that opportunity. It's kind of like when you get the instructions on the plane, you got to put your oxygen mask on first before you can help anybody else. And I have had several of those over the years. Some of them have just been remarkable opportunities given what I do. And I've shared them with Jeff in the classes I've attended, which I thought were amazing experiences to really understand how other people use things around them to acquire this kind of emotional state that helps you better self-regulate. When I became the chief scientist of the NASA Human Research Program, like talk about workload and just everyone's expectations, my expectations on myself, which were probably greater than anybody else's. Do you take a moment to just understand the recognition of achieving that goal of being in that position and then the leadership responsibility? Probably not, because I was busy driving off base one day to quick get, maybe probably childcare and then home and dinner and then 50 other things we got to get done before 7 o'clock. And an unknown number came up on my phone. Hands-free, by the way, I was driving. And it was a JSC number-ish. So I was like, oh, I get it. I better get this. And I kind of was, a little broken up, but I hear this voice I recognize, but I'm like, there was this, cognitive dissonance. That person was currently on the International Space Station. And he was calling down. He had heard about me getting the job. We have colleagues for several years. And he just wanted to take that time while he was doing his amazing, job and opportunity circling the Earth at 17,500 miles per hour, which he could, be calling family. He could be calling mission control. He has a lot of things that got to get done too. And that for another person to recognize me and to stop me in my tracks about just appreciating something was really pretty remarkable. It makes me appreciate, other people who are high achievers in the fact that we all need each other, which goes back to humanity.